championship, and ultimately, if you win it, you're going to get a Big Ten championship ring, and that's a very exciting prospect for these young athletes. So everybody's turning around now, and I'll tell you, it almost, and I got my fingers crossed down here, it almost seems like the sun's trying to come out down here at the starting line right now. Or maybe it's just the glow of the officials scolding those Spartans over there for whatever they had to call the race back for. I can tell you, there's been a whole lot of good coaching done with these young athletes on the starting line right now. Remember, probably the majority of them are walk-ons. And to row to the skill level that they've attained in just the last 8 or 9 months is really remarkable. It says a lot about their athleticism, but it also says a lot about the patience and the talent and the skill that those novice coaches have. And my money's always been that the best teachers on the coaching staff get to coach the novice rowers, because I guarantee you 2 years from now, these are going to be the people that are going to be making up the 1Bs and the 2Bs and the 1B4s. These are the athletes right here. These are the athletes of tomorrow. And they're young athletes that are sitting in this boat right here, right now, that are going to be dreaming about going to the Olympics in Paris and Los Angeles. So the seated crews again. In lane number 4 is Michigan, and in lane number 5, the Ohio State Buckeyes. They're seated 1 and 2. And I can tell you, because I've chatted with some of the coaches, these are the hardest races to seed, because some of these athletes haven't had very many opportunities to race this year. So it ends up being a little bit of a grab bag sometimes, how to seed these races. So the crews are back down on the stake boats now. They're tapping it around, getting their boats aimed. They're at the ready all position. Crews are getting aligned. Water's just beautiful down here. And to set the scene for you, there are a lot of little swallows, little birds darting all over the water, and they're collecting water to make their nests, probably over here in the facilities on the shore. Nice and calm, easy to get the crews lined up and get them started here. One thing about it, when you have to do a restart, sometimes it takes just a little bit of the nervous edge off for the rowers, and they come back and they're a little bit, got their game faces really on now. They not too happy about having to come back and start all over again, particularly if they got a 5 or 10 foot lead. The red flag's up,
yeah, I'm excited.
And the one novice race is off for the second time this morning.
They'll be better editors than me.
So this is the penultimate event. We got one more race after this one, and I'll tell you what, there is a lot of skill and a lot of beautiful rowing going on right now on Devil's Lake. These crews are rowing really, really well for first-year rowers. And remember, that young gal in the 5 seat might have been swimming for her high school 1 year ago right now. So they picked up this skill really quickly and doing a beautiful job. Your early leader is the University of Michigan in lane number 4. Ohio State is just a duck length behind and almost dead even with Indiana. Somebody's doing a really nice job teaching these Hoosiers how to row. They look great. So first place is Michigan, and they're a deck length now over Indiana and Ohio State. who are dead even for second place. Third is really close between Rutgers and Wisconsin. Rutgers and Wisconsin, and right now I'd say that Rutgers has taken about a quarter of a boat length over Wisconsin. Then you've got the Spartans over there in 6th place, 7th is Minnesota, and 8th is Iowa. And the Buckeyes are on the move. They've moved that black shell of theirs up so that they're within a foot. Matter of fact, the rowers are dead even right now. I think that Michigan's boat is a little bit longer than Ohio State's. The rowers are even, but the Michigan boat's bow is about a foot out ahead of Ohio State. But they're rowing neck and neck, and the Buckeyes are giving no slack to the University of Michigan. Right now, the Buckeyes are going through Michigan. Buckeyes rowing at 37 strokes a minute, and we're 750 meters into this course.
Are you staying here the whole thing?
No, I'll go over a little bit. Your sister's getting a lot of screen time.
I know.
The Buckeyes have about a 5-foot lead over Michigan. Third place is Indiana. Fourth place is Rutgers. 5th, Wisconsin. 6th, Minnesota. 7th, Michigan State. And 8th, the Hawkeyes from the University of Iowa. This is a really great race again between Michigan and Ohio State.
Let's go, Michigan!
I'll tell you what, both of these crews, Michigan and Ohio State, are racing at 37 strokes a minute, and Michigan has just taken the lead back.
Come on, girls.
We're 1,100 meters into the course. Second half of the track. Third 500. This is where these races are won and lost. Who's got the guts to really fight now? The pain is really intense in the third 500. And Ohio State
Let's go, Blue!
is rowing dead even with the University of Michigan. Indiana is pretty much in third place by themselves. They're just about a boat length behind Ohio State. And at 1,250 meters, Michigan's made a big move.
All right, girls.
About a quarter of a boat length on Ohio State in just 20 strokes. They went like their hair was on fire. Really a great move by Michigan. And now Ohio State's going to have to fight Indiana for second place. Indiana is overlapping with Ohio State in third place. Fourth is Wisconsin. 5th is Rutgers now, falling back just a little bit. And I would say it's pretty